Just look. This presentation is designed for our guests for them to have a look at the kind of business we do. Today we have a very, very special guest, somebody who is really serious about building the business. And I want to welcome all of you very much from this very cold day in Pretoria. I hope wherever you are feeling warm and excited about what the business holds for the future. So without further ado, I would like to get our meeting started. Okay, so this company, Neolife, has got a very simple mission. And the mission of our company is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. Why is that important? Because in life we need to be healthier in order to enjoy our lives. But also it means that to be happy, we also need to have good life, good health, but also a little bit of money to enjoy the health that we have. So this is our mission. It's a very simple mission. And the reason why this mission has become very important, I was reading about 3 years ago, but by this year, 2025, 3/4 of all the illnesses or deaths would result from health-related issues. And most of these health issues can actually be prevented with good nutrition and good lifestyle habits. So Betty and I have been doing this business now for 29 years. And the reason we started was very, very simple. We wanted to make an extra $200 a month to supplement my salary as an engineer. But when we achieved that within 7 months doing the business part-time, we made a decision that this business is going to be our full-time career. And that's what we do. It took me 3 years of very, very hard work part-time before I was able to resign or leave my job. So if you're a guest, pay attention. After this meeting, go back to the person who invited you. They will show you how to get started in this wonderful business. So without further ado, what is this business we're talking about? But before I describe the business, let's look at the 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first one is called a job. A job is when you work for somebody and after 30 days or 2 weeks or whatever time it is, they pay you a salary. That is really what a job is. Let me regulate the meeting before we get on with the just one moment, please. Okay, so my apologies. Let's get back to the meeting. Yeah, so the first way that people use to generate income is a job. This is when you're working for somebody who has employed you and you have an agreement. You work and at the end of the month, they pay your salary. The second way that people use to generate income is self-employment. Self-employment is when you start your own business and you're the essential provider of that product or service. Self-employment is good because you control how long you work and how much money you make. However, there's a drawback with self-employment, and it's the following. The business tends to depend on you as an individual. It means that if you are sick, if you want to attend to family issues, if you want to take leave, you won't be able to do it unless you find somebody who knows what you do. Number 2, somebody whom you trust to run the business on your behalf. The biggest drawback I find in self-employment is it is difficult to actually leave the business. A very simple test is this. Leave your business or the product or service that you provide for 30 days or 60 days. If the business collapses, you don't own the business owns you. Think about somebody who owns a restaurant. They wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning. They're at the restaurant very early, they prepare food, to make meals. They've got a few employees. They work until 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. Then that cycle continues day in, day out. After about 4, 5, 6 months, they realize that actually they have been trapped in the business. So what makes it possible for somebody to own a business? Very simple thing: systems. The third way that people use to generate income is big business. These are people who employ a lot of money. They employ a lot of people. They have a lot of equipment. With a lot of people also, you have a lot of labor problems. These are companies like the Vodacom in South Africa, MTN in East and West Africa, Safaricom PLC in East Africa, ShopRite, Checkers, which is a retail shop. It's got a lot of outlets across the African continent. I think over 1,800 outlets. Then you have companies like Nivas, which is a retail shop. These are companies who invest millions or sometimes billions of dollars in order to provide a product or a service to the public. This way of making money is not available to the ordinary person in the street like you and I, because the amount of capital that is required. The fourth way that people use for generating income is investments. This is when you get money which is over and above what you need, and you invest in a product or a business or an instrument that gives you a return on your investment. Two things are needed to do that successfully. One, skill. Two, knowledge of investing. Sometimes you may have the knowledge and the skill, but the market forces can easily and completely wipe you out. So the question is there an ideal business that does not have all the drawbacks that I've just mentioned? In a job, in self-employment, in big business and investment. I think you need some criteria to be able to determine this ideal business. And I think it needs to have the following 7 elements. 1, very low capital is required. One of the biggest drawbacks that people face when they want to start a business, and you ask most of them, people will tell you, sorry, I don't have capital. This business requires a lot of money to start. In South Africa, for you to start a McDonald's or a KFC franchise, you need in excess of 2 million rand to be able to start. That is about $100,000 to be able to start that kind of business. And only after 15 to 18 months of hard work do you start to get a return on the money that you've invested. The second way that people, the second criteria is distribution of goods and services. Why? Because most of the things you have in your home, in your office, wherever you are, the goods that you have come to your doorstep or your home through a distribution channel or distribution system. Think about it. The furniture that you have, the TV, if you have a TV, the laptop, the cooking utensils, fridge, your cookers, all those things go to your house through a distribution system that the products come from the manufacturer through various middle people, eventually ends in your house. What does that mean? It means there's a very big opportunity to create wealth in the distribution system. But if you want to create more wealth, make sure you distribute your product or service to a large population. That leads me to the third criteria. You need a global reach. That means you need to serve more people. The more people you serve, the wealthier you become. Our company does business in almost 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we do business in 14 countries. So we have a very large population to supply our products to. The fourth element is called leverage. Leverage is simply when you find a way to multiply the time and the number of people who work in your business. Look at any bank or any retail shop or any fast food franchise, they always open the stores or restaurants in different locations. Why? To leverage their services. The banks have branches all over the place. They do that to leverage their services. Leverage simply means you find a way to multiply the time that you do business. If, let me say you work 2 hours a day. If you don't leverage your services, you're only paid on those 2 hours. But supposing you get 10 people who you teach what you do, you're now going to be paid 10 plus yourself, 11 times 2 hours, you're going to be paid on 22 hours. Supposing those 11 people get 10 more each, that's 110 people. And if 110 people work 2 hours a day, that's 220 hours. You're going to be paid on 220 hours. That is what leverage is. It has the power to increase your income so that you don't depend only on your effort. The fifth element is you need to get involved with consumable, high-quality products for a very simple reason. First, consumable products has a repeat sale. Secondly, for you to keep your customers coming back, you've got to have high-quality products. The sixth element is you need to get involved in, you need to have a business system. What does a business system do? A business system allows the owner of the business to take time off, but the business keeps growing. If you look at any successful business around the world, all of them have systems. And by the way, nature also has systems. For example, the human body is a system of, a collection of systems, biological systems. You have your nervous system, you have the skeletal system, you have the digestive system, you have the neural system. Everything in your body is a collection of systems. So you need a system to be run a business. But what is a system? A system is a series of tools, procedures, equipment that you implement in your business so that it runs with or without you. And the last element is timing. If you start the business at the right time, or your timing is correct, your business will grow very well. So those are the 7 elements or criteria you can use to determine what is an ideal business. And I think our business, this Neolife business, suits or fits all those 7 criteria. But what is network marketing? What is this business I'm talking about? Network marketing is a system of distribution that takes a product from the manufacturer to a consumer, cutting out all the middlemen. Think about this. Go to any, in fact, I was doing a presentation like this in Zambia about 15 years ago in Lusaka. We were doing the presentation at a place called Belvedere Hotel. And there's a lady who was sitting in the front seat, and she told me she was working with the beverage company, and that 330 mils of that beverage, at that time the cost was 600 kwacha. By the time the same container of beverage, when you land in the supermarket, it was 3,600 kwacha. Why is that the case? Between the manufacturer and the consumer, there are several middlemen who keep adding to the cost of the product without adding any value. What does that tell you? That tells you that between the manufacturer and the consumer, there's a great opportunity to create wealth. So what Neolife has done, we've cut out all the middlemen between the manufacturer and the consumer, and we only have one person between the consumer and Neolife. That is a distributor like myself and some of my colleagues who are attending this meeting. That is what makes Neolife a very lucrative business. So we cut out the middleman. We don't have advertising in our business. There are no wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to customers in person, and that is why customers make very educated decisions before they buy the products. We are paid for successfully referring customers to buy products. There's a system the company uses to monitor that. So the products are researched and developed on your behalf. What that simply means, you're in your own business, but you're not by yourself. you've got the support and the backing of a company that has lifted a lot of heavy weights before you get the product. The company does the design of the product, they get the raw material, they test the product, they package the product, they register, they do quality control, they register products in different markets, and then they build infrastructure in 50 countries around the world. Your duty is to take the products from the Neolife centers in every country where we do business to different customers. That is really what we do. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Now, there are no qualifications required in this business except three things. One, you need to have a desire to succeed, a desire to be a better person, a desire to have good health, a desire to have more money than you've ever dreamt before. The second thing you need is teachability. Most people, everybody joins this business with little or no experience. And for you to become successful, you need to open yourself to learning about the products, learning about the business, and learning how to become a leader so that you build and guide an organization. And then you need to work hard. Those are the three basic things you need to become successful. Neolife was started by Jerry Brasfield. When Jerry Brasfield was a teenager, he had very, very serious asthma. I think serious asthma is really a challenging situation around the world. A friend of mine I was speaking to this afternoon was telling me that she has people in her family, two of them have got asthma. So Jerry had very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies. And when his health improved, he thought and concluded that a lot of people have health challenges because of poor nutrition. That's how the dream of Neolife was started. So he started a nutrition company, and one of the basic things he said, I will start a nutrition company, but the products I'm going to sell will be based on the human food chain, natural products, nothing synthetic. And he got a group of scientists to research and develop products which are based in nature and backed by science. That's how Neolife was born. But what has kept Neolife going for all these years? 5 basic principles we have in our business. They're called corporate principles. The first, absolute honesty and integrity. We believe we need to tell the truth about our business and about our products. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. The second principle is people are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people, because the people are the ones who use the products. The people are the ones who gain good health when they use the products. The third element is products that work. Neolife has put together a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board. What is their duty? Their duty is just to research and develop high-quality products. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody starts the business at the same level, man or woman, old or young, 18 or 81, a plumber, an engineer, a teacher, a housewife, whatever it is, anybody can become successful in this business. And then the last one is a long-range vision. You need to have a long-range vision for a very good, simple reason. You can pass down this business to your children and to your children's children. I attended a meeting this weekend in Johannesburg, and one of the speakers, his name is Carl Vilsenaf. The business is the 3rd generation in their family. His father started the business in 1971, handed the business to him. Now his children are in the business. That is what the longevity means in this business. So have a long-range vision. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971, 96, 97 went to Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. The year 1999 and 2000, he went to West Africa. If you're a guest, this company has come to your door or your home today. Now, why do people start the business? Before I explain why they start the business, these are the areas in Africa, or the countries in Africa in green, where Neolife does business. West African countries, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, Cameroon, and then Southern Africa, Namibia, South Africa, Botswana, Eswatini, Mozambique, and then East African countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. These are the countries where Neolife does business in Africa. And you can see the white section. It means all those countries are waiting for Neolife to go and open business there. Why do people start the business? Different reasons. Some because they want to have a better life for their children, some because they want good homes, some because they're sick and tired of their jobs, some maybe are approaching retirement and they want something that will generate for them additional income. Some start the business because they want to buy good cars, some because they want to have holidays. A lot of people start the business because they want to make money. Money has got three uses. One, money is a measure of wealth. It is not wealth. Two, money is a store of wealth. And three, money is a medium of exchange of goods and services. And almost everything you do involves money. Money is not the most important thing, but I think it ranks somewhere with oxygen. Some people start the business because they want to be physically fit. So you're starting a business, Neolife. Over 60 years of experience operating in over 50 countries, and is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to do world-class research to develop these products. We've got 4 ranges of products. The first one is called the Golden Home Care range of products. These are products for cleaning the bathroom, the kitchen, the toilet, the tiles, your oven, your car, anything in your home that requires cleaning, we've got the products for you. The second is a personal care range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third is a skincare range of products. You've got products to cleanse and detoxify your skin, to balance the moisture in your skin, to activate the skin so that it is nourished, and products to prevent your skin from natural elements. The largest organ in your body is your skin, so it makes good sense to take good care of health supplements. Health supplements are products that help you to improve your health. This is a higher selling range of our business for a very simple reason. Your health is your wealth. And then we have another product called Supergrow. This is a product, it's called the Wonder Drop. It helps farmers improve their yield in farms. It's very economical. You mix one part of the product with 1,000 parts of water. Safe and easy to use. It's a multi-purpose and it's got proven performance. How does a business work? The business works when you do 3 things every day. They are called 3 daily success habits. Number 1, we use the products ourselves. Why do we use our products? We are supporting our own business. 2, the other reason is the people we speak to want to know that we actually use what we and we believe in what we are recommending to them. I mean, even if you don't join this business, you're still going to use soap at the end of this month. And at the end of every month, you're going to use soap. And you use soap every single day. Why don't you change where you buy the products from, or where you do your shopping, and start your own business and recommend to your friends and relatives? That is really the thinking behind our business. Because Neolife operates in all these countries around the world, we use the PV system to measure business volume. 100 PV is roughly 160 or 170 US dollars. The second thing we do in our business is we share the business opportunity. That means we introduce other people to be the product users. In this example, this is you. You've introduced 6 people to use the products. And if they do 100 PV each, you've generated a business of 700 points. You become a manager. Your income is about $45. Is $45 exciting? Maybe for you it's not exciting, but for me, our first check was $3, and I was very excited about it because it proved that the system was working the way we were taught in the meeting. In fact, I framed that check and put it on the wall as a reminder of where we started from. Then the next thing we do is we begin to teach the people to do what we do. In this example, the person on the top right corner introduces 2 each, and those 2 introduce 2 others. They've built that unit as 700 PV, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300. You become a senior manager and your income is roughly $90 a month. Then the next thing is you start to duplicate the process. It simply means you teach these people to do what you do. 700 times 6 gives you 4,200, plus 100 PV, 4,300. You become a director in the business. Your income is about 580 to 700. Sometimes it reaches $800, depending on the volume of business your team has generated. Not everybody will be excited about being a business builder. So the people who are not in the business, they become your customers. And these people, you make a net profit of roughly 20%. Because they're not registered, they have to buy from the company through you, and you make a small profit from these customers. The third thing which you do every day is called personal development. That means you take time to be a better person. There's a support and training system that we use. Training, support, personal development. You attend seminars, you attend conferences, you attend conventions, where you learn more about the products, you learn more about the business, you learn how to deal with people so that you can grow an organization. If you want to earn more money in this business, just help one more person become a director. If you help one more person become a director in your business, you reach a sapphire level, your income is about $1,000. If you help 3 people become directors, you become a world team member and your income is about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, your income goes to way over $5,000 a month. So if you want to be more successful, just help enough other people to be successful in the business. So at this juncture, I want to invite our guest, Dr. MUBANGA, if you can hear me, just raise your hand so that I can see where you are to unmute you so that you can share with us your story. Dr. MUBANGA? Okay, let me see. Okay, just unmute yourself.
Hi, Pascal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. How is Lusaka?
Lusaka is great. We had blue skies today. The weather was perfect.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So you're welcome to share with us your story. I've heard really exciting things about your story, but I will not preempt anything. So I'd like to hand over the platform to you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. And good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. David MUBANGA. And
Dr. MUBANGA, is your video, can you turn your video on?
Sure. Are you able to see me?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, video is on. Okay. Not sure what's going on. Maybe it's the network.
Maybe it's the network, but I think just proceed.
Okay, great. So my name is Dr. David MUBANGA, and I'm a dermatologist here in Lusaka, Zambia. I'm married to a very beautiful wife, Dr. Mundia Muitumwa, and we are blessed with 2 very beautiful girls. We are also farmers on the side. We enjoy farming, and we've been, I think I would say we grew up in a background where parents were, keen farmers as well. They were doing other things, but they were farming. So I think we took that interest from them. So I came to know about Neolife last year in October when I was in Pretoria for a conference. I stumbled upon a WhatsApp video of a farmer in Kazungula. That's a town near Livingstone, for those who know Zambia very well, where we have the beautiful Victoria Falls. So this farmer was in his field, and he was spraying his maize. And maize is one of the main ingredients for our staple food. So my family and I were looking for a greener way of farming, an organic way of farming. And this gentleman with his product, it got my interest. Him 1 liter of Supergrow to try on his farm, on his produce. And he just told me one thing. He said, Dr. Mubanga, I've never gone back to chemical fertilizers since I started using Supergrow. So as usual, when you hear about Supergrow or any other Neolife product, you are part of the doubting Thomases, and I was one of those. So anyway, I still had a bit of faith. I flew back to Lusaka a day after. I got in touch with the nurse, who happened to be Madam Irene Mushukano, who is my sponsor today. So I communicated with her, and she told me she was in South Africa. So I got curious, and I asked her where she was in South Africa, because I just came back from there, and she told me she was in Pretoria. And I asked where she was staying in Pretoria, because I just flew back, and she was like, I'm at Maryland Hotel. I said, I was in the same hotel. So little did I know that we were, we had our events on the same floor, and our doors were on opposite sides, and I just didn't know anything about Neolife. Anyway, she came back 2 days later, and my wife and I went to visit her place, because we wanted to see how she was using Supergrow and how the produce was looking. And that's how we went there, and we went to her backyard garden. She had tomatoes there. She had eggplants, and African eggplants. I don't know if people know those, but they're very common in Zambia. We call them impwa. And she had maize. And we were very impressed with the produce. They looked healthy. They were big. And she offered us, I think, 3 or 4 cobs. So we sat down in a living room, and that's how she took us through the business and introduced us to Neolife. And I can tell you that we didn't even hesitate. We just said, this is what we've been looking for this time. And that's how we didn't even waste time. I think the very day we signed up, and we bought a few products. I think that was Supergrow. We bought about 4 containers or 5-liter containers. And that's how we joined. The journey has been great so far. We've scored success. Usually when I'm joining, when I have time, I make effort to join these meetings, whether they're being hosted by Pascal or Dr. Josephat or anyone else. And one of the months before, I think Dr. Josephat had sponsored 7 people, and I was so shocked. Like, how did he do that? But because we have faith in the company, we have faith in the system, we have faith in the products, we took advantage and started using the products. And we tried Supergrow on a local variety, a non-chemically treated seed. So we did 1 hectare of that, a local white maize variety, and we did 1 on a mixed variety. And 3-4 months down the line, the produce was great. We were very impressed. The cobs were big. Some of them double cobbed, some of them triple cobbed. And we were taking all these videos just to have all these testimonies that we could share with our friends. And that's how we've continued. And last month we managed to sponsor 9 people to this business, being a great opportunity. I think some of them we took a bit of time, a month, 2, 3 months, but they finally got to understand the business and made that decision, and all of them have not regretted, and they are busy trying to build their business. So it has been a great journey so far. It has been a great journey, and like Pascal was saying, when we got our first bonus in the month of January 2025, we made 1,260 pula, if I'm not mistaken, and I was like, wow, this is good. It's not much money. I mean, we are doctors. We make a decent salary, but money is never enough. And for us, we joined for 3 reasons, if not 4. The first one was, for better health. Second one was to look for something that we could use to grow our produce organically. And third was to make money. Who doesn't want extra money? And this for us is a very good opportunity. The beginnings are very humble, but it's an exciting journey so far. We are enjoying the interaction with prospects on a daily basis. I take Pascal's teachings very seriously. I make it a habit of talking to 2 potential clients every day, just 2. And that has really helped me, and I'm very proud. Every time I come back home, I ask my wife, how many did you talk to today? So it has been a great journey so far. And the whole family actually is actually using the products. And my wife and I are on Pro Vitality, and I can tell you that I was suffering from very bad insomnia. I would sleep, say about 9 p.m., 10 p.m., but I'll be up by 1, and I'll only be trying to sleep again around 4 or 5 in the morning. But ever since I started taking Pro Vitality, I can guarantee you we sleep like babies, and you feel like a human being. Your body is rejuvenated the following day. You are full of energy, and you can go about your day without any problem. The kids are on Vita Square. They're on salmon oil, and the concentration at school is great. They're doing very well, and performance at school as well. And just the fact that previously the kids will come back home with bugs every month. They would come back with a flu, and that has gone. We don't have that anymore. We don't have anyone complaining of this and that. So it's been a great journey. Our parents have started using the products as well. So it's been great, and we see the future in Neolife. We see a greater business opportunity and a healthier life, and really as medical doctors, we've tried many things, and we are always busy prescribing medicines to our patients, but we always take advantage and introduce a supplement. And we keep on telling them to say, look, these are whole food supplements. They just supplement what we are missing in our daily diets, and they do help out with a number of conditions. And we are using the products, and we are living testimony. And this business is built on integrity, and our ethics. Tell us that you cannot lie to a patient, and you just have to tell the patient the truth. So it has been great, and we feel that when we look at the whole entire business as it is a great opportunity, and the fact that it cuts through all social status, regardless of who you are, whether you are a doctor, you are an engineer, you have got a humble education. Anyone can join the business and can do this. So it's been great. It's exciting. It continues to be exciting. Our family is happy so far, and I can only thank Madam Irene for being there for us. She has been very, very instrumental, and she continues to inspire us. We were together on on Sunday, we went for a field day where we did a small demo plot because we are both, farming enthusiasts. And, I was just looking at her, just speaking Neolife. Everything was Neolife with everyone that was there, and it was very, very exciting. So, yeah, Pascal, I think that is all I have to say or share right now. Otherwise, it's a great journey. We are excited, and we are looking forward to be directors and president team members in the shortest time possible. But we are really working hard, like anyone else. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. We really appreciate. Please pass our regards to your wife, and also pass our regards to your sponsor, Madame Irene. In fact, I saw Madame Irene in the latest lifestyle magazine. I sent her a copy, and then she sent back a message. I'm looking for this magazine. I want our grandchildren to see where we started in this business. So that's very, very exciting.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mubanga. So one of the things our business has done is to try and take advantage of the technology. If I may tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mubanga and Irene in a team in Zambia, they're operating in a country where Neolife is not registered yet. Business if you're determined. If you want to order products, you can order them online. If you want to register new distributors, you can do it online. The moment you register, the company creates for you what is called a back office. The back office gives you access to monitor and manage your business 24/7. Training is done locally and internationally through online systems. Delivery of products, you can deliver the products. Every market where the company is registered, we contract local courier companies to deliver the products on our behalf. Payment is done by online method or mobile money, where if you have mobile money in your country, the company uses mobile money. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised that the M-Pesa that I use in Kenya is in Lesotho and also in Mozambique. So this is really getting the business moving very, very quickly. One of the things the company has done is to partner with some of the best sports people in the world. The Springboks of South Africa use our products. Why? Because they know our products are the very best. Every year we have conventions in different locations. In East Africa, the convention is in Dar es Salaam. This year is also going to be in Dar es Salaam. In Southern Africa, is going to be in Pretoria, and then West Africa is going to be in different locations because the West African market is very huge. If you want to get started, what do you need to do? Speak to your sponsor. That is the person who invited you, who is going to hold your hand to help you grow your business. They'll give you an application form. In Botswana, you need between 720 and 1450 pula. In South Africa, you need between 910 and 1980. In fact, there's a new package for the South African market. It's 2,850. It's a mix of different products, the cleaning products, skincare, and health supplements. In Kenya, you need between 9,200 and 11,700 shillings. In Nigeria, 68,000 or 100,000 naira. Tanzania, 167,000 or 217,000 Tanzanian shillings. In Uganda, 250,000 or 280,000 Uganda shillings. In USA, $75. In Togo, 46,200 or 61,500 francs CFA. Italy, 64 euros. Ghana, between 800 and 1,300 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon, 60,000 or 74,300 francs CFA. So this is what you need from different markets. Not all markets are represented in this board because of space, but whichever country you're doing business in, speak to your sponsor or speak to the person you, they'll give you the exact amount you need to start your business in whichever country you're in. One of the things we use in our principle we use in our business is called leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is when you find a way to multiply your time and effort. If I give you $1 million or I give you 1 cent doubled daily for 31 days, what would you choose? Most people would choose $1 million without thinking. But if you double 1 cent daily for 31 days, you get $10.737 million. That is the power of leverage. Remember, success begins with a decision. When you decide is when you're going to, if Dr. Mubanga did not make that decision, he would not be our guest today. So success begins with a decision. Once you've decided, the first thing you need to do is to have a dream. Have a dream of what do you want for yourself for the future. Number 2,